episode 180 of Bird.
What's up?
And Berman.
What's up, guys? Josh forgot the day of the week. That's why
I did. I completely forgot that today was Wednesday. I was sitting just chilling, and all of a sudden I get a text. It's like, oh shit, it's Wednesday.
Bad kid. Really bad kid. Not dedicated, guys. Do you see that? He's done. He's done.
That is on me.
He's a done. Remove him from the stage. He just sucks so much, guys. Today is the Josh hate episode. That is the full show today. We're just going to talk about how Josh sucks, maybe a little bit of Michael slander in there as well, and how Minnie Mursky will be replacing Josh starting next Monday, full time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Some breaking news in here.
This is your last show ever, and then it's going to be Burns and Mursky, but it's not Michael. It's just Minnie.
Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Huge news.
What's up with you, brother?
Nothing. Again, I'm kind of just hanging out. Some big news from the Ravens today that was fairly misleading in the headline. But the Ravens obviously exercising the fifth-year option for Kyle Hamilton, but they decline the fifth-year option on Tyler Linderbaum. And people were like, well, why are you doing that? And it turns out the answer is that the fifth-year option for him would give him $23 million. The highest paid center is making $18 million. So the Ravens are just going to work on an extension. As long as that happens, we're fine. But that does mean that theoretically he is a free agent after this year is over. So, yeah, as long as you get the deal done, fine. But you better get the deal done. And same thing with Kyle Hamilton. Just because you have an extra year doesn't mean I want you waiting, because the longer you wait, the more his price goes up, because he's the best safety in football. So,
yeah.
As long as the Ravens are going to get the deal done, fine. You blank check them both. I said on our drive back from Buffalo, and I made my offseason preview, and I said that for me, my number one priority for the Baltimore Ravens this offseason was not free agency. It was not the draft. It was blank checking Tyler Linderbaum and Kyle Hamilton. As long as you do it, I don't care how you do it, but you better do it. So,
Wow.
Those are two players that we talk about, pieces that are good, that help your team. There are very few truly, like, you cannot replace this guy. On the Ravens roster, there are a lot of good players. But the only ones that I will look at and say, nope, you cannot replace them, obviously Lamar Jackson. After that, I would say Hamilton, Linderbaum, and probably Roquan. Roquan I'll throw in there. And that's about it in terms of just, of course, if you lose Zay, you miss him. You lose Mark Andrews, you'll miss him. You lose Marlon Humphrey, you'll miss him. But I'm a significant, like, you cannot replace them, period. I would say there are 4 players on that roster that is the case about, and 2 of them are Linderbaum and Hamilton. So you need to make sure that they stick around.
You need to figure it out.
Yep. And as long as they do, fine.
Okay.
As long as they do.
I'm with it, Jay Bizzle. I'm with it.
I am going to put a thing on Instagram storage because why not? You know, I do it every once in a while about the show being live and getting some people to tune in. You know, take a picture of Burns. Perfect.
Thanks, JB. Dude, welcome to the offseason, guys. Monday we were really talking about the draft like crazy, and now it's just
Well, there's a lot more we can get into as soon as I put this up on the story.
There is, bro. It was
There's
fun.
a lot of people to talk about. And the schedule comes out in 2 weeks, which I'm very excited about.
Me too. I feel like it's earlier this year.
It is almost the exact same day. It's always the second week of May.
Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm tweaking. Wasn't it crazy how they had an announcement just to announce the schedule announcement?
Well, I mean, it's always the same date. I don't know why people were like
geeking about it.
Yeah.
The best is when they start to bring out some games and have like the build up to it. That's the best.
I agree.
And
the huge news out of the NFL, and this, for people that do not live in the DMV area, do not know, You talk about your little Arlington Heights project. How long has that been going on? Would you say the Arlington Heights thing?
Well, technically together for like 30 years.
Okay, well then I retract what I was about to say.
But officially, the Bears officially bought the land like 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's put it this way. As soon as the Commanders moved to FedEx Field, it was bring back RFK Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
Not everyone knows. This is the chance for the NFL history nerd in me to kind of show out a little bit.
Yeah.
RFK Stadium, when the Redskins of the 80s and the 90s were winning.
Hey, don't say that, dude.
That was their name in the 80s and 90s. I think I've said this on here before. When I refer to them as anything pre-2022, they're the Redskins.
Yeah.
However, anything after 2022, they are the Commanders.
Okay.
Same thing with the Titans and the Oilers.
I wish that they stayed the football team for forever, dude.
Yeah, that's true. But if I'm referring to anything about them pre-2022, I will be calling them the Redskins. But the exact same time, I will call them the Commanders if you talk about since then, because that is their name at that point.
Okay.
That's kind of how I've always stood on it. But the 80s and 90s Redskins, when they were winning in RFK Stadium, and even going further back in the 60s and 70s, that was one of the top home field advantages in the NFL. They had bleachers similar to Lambeau, and they were known to like shake, jump, like kind of like go up and down because it was so loud in that stadium.
That's crazy.
And that atmosphere, I mean, back in DC, they've been in Landover, Maryland, which isn't far, but it's not in DC. RFK Stadium is in Washington, DC, which would be big for DC because obviously it's their own area and the thing. And the state of Maryland, now the state of Maryland, quote unquote, lost the Commanders, which I've heard Wes Moore, our governor, is getting some heat about because he's losing them. But honestly, the Commanders belong in DC. That's where they should be. And reportedly, the state of Maryland put in one hell of an offer. But it was just time to return to where they truly belong. And that is RFK. I made a video last year at the abandoned site because literally, if you go to it, it's an abandoned stadium. It's literally just abandoned. And they are now going to, I would assume, tear that thing down because it's hanging on by a thread right now. So, and rebuild a new one at the same site. It is right next to I believe the National Security Agency, I want to say. It's some like very high profile, like government building is literally neighbors with it. Which is the most DC thing you've ever heard in your life. Like what's next to the stadium? Oh, yeah, the NSA is right next, is their next door neighbor.
Dude, I need to go back to DC. I haven't been in forever. I've only been once in my life, and I like kind of forget most of it. But we went and saw like every museum and everything. It was pretty cool. If
you've never been, it's a cool place to go.
A lot of fucking walking out there. So much walking everywhere.
Yeah,
it was cool.
I'm sure it's similar with you in Chicago, where it's like, yeah, but you've seen it all.
True.
Right. So it's kind of similar with me in DC.
No, it's one of those places you just have to go there once. You have to go there once, and I mean, if you go more than once, I mean, it really is what it is. Yeah. But yeah, no, Chicago, there's a lot to do though. I feel like outside of like tourist shit in Washington D.C., there's really not much to do.
And it is, I mean,
isn't it like a horrible city?
I was about to say, no offense to anyone who lives in D.C., but that place fucking sucks. Like it's a terrible city.
Yeah.
I mean, for the nation's capital to be in a city like that is kind of crazy because like it is a horrible city.
Mm-hmm.
People think Baltimore is like a dump. Nothing compared to DC, man. It's bad.
The only cool part is the monuments and everything.
Yeah. Man. It's actually kind of crazy where it's like it's such a dump, except for where, and then you see it's very obvious of like where the cutoff is of like Washington DC and the nation's capital. Like there you can see the real like cutoff point because you goes from just like the sketchiest looking area to like the most put together nice thing you've ever seen. Like, yeah, this is it. This is how great DC is. You make one turn the wrong direction, and you better keep your head on a swivel, man.
Yeah, that's ridiculous, bro. Dude, and that's such like the common misconception about Chicago too.
And Baltimore, actually.
Everybody brings up that shit. Dude, there's literally like maybe 2 places in the city you just don't go.
You just got to know where you're going. It's the same thing in Baltimore.
Yeah, that's all it is.
You got to know where to avoid.
But bro, there's literally like That's a common misconception in both of our cities. Is people think that, bro, we just show up to like a Bears game or a Ravens game, and there's just people walking around outside with guns, and there's like robberies and like fire going on. Like it's just hell.
Couple blocks down, maybe, but not at the stadium.
No, it's nice, dude.
Not far from it, but not at the stadium.
Yeah,
it's a nice area, as long as you don't go too far away from it.
Yeah, it's a good time.
But man, the NFL draft now in the book, something that I like to do every year, and I haven't gotten a chance to do it, so we might as well do it live here, is I like to go on and look at the depth charts and see where the rookies that maybe went on day 2 or day 3, they're going to have an opportunity.
Yeah.
And that number one guy for me last year was Bucky Irving. I didn't necessarily talk about him that much on here, but man, anyone that would listen, I loved Bucky Irving. And it was very evident to be like, I didn't like Rachaad White.
Pretty well.
And I didn't like Rachaad White very much either. So it was like, I liked him, and then I didn't like the guys he'd have to compete with. So I'm gonna pull up some depth charts here, and let's just see like who's gonna get an opportunity. Kind of maybe a little more fantasy football.
Hold on. Also, we have the other NFL news that came out.
What am I missing?
The fine, $350,000.
Oh, yeah. And yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous, Josh. It's fucking ridiculous, bro.
What is?
Prank calls have been a problem with the NFL draft for fucking years, dude.
And and it's
bro, if the NFL actually gave a shit, which he's frozen now, guys. I don't know where he is.
You were frozen too.
Oh, okay. Now I think bro, if the NFL actually gave a shit, they could find out who's doing every single one of these prank calls in 2 seconds.
Well, they did. They figured it out.
Yeah, for him. But what about the 20 other ones and all the stories that keep coming out that happened the whole draft long that nobody gives a shit about? It's just the Shedeur Sanders one.
Yeah. I think the reason why is because it's filmed and like we literally see it.
Yeah, that's the only reason why. But it's kind of just like, bro, come on. Cooper DeJean, bro. Nothing happened. Nothing.
I hope they figured it out because yeah, it is a problem.
Yeah.
But I forgot who it was. I think Rich Eisen. I was watching. Yeah, it was. It was Rich Eisen brought it up, like a tweet, and it was an interesting idea. You know how you get rid of it? FaceTime.
That actually is true. Yeah.
And it was like, huh? Never thought about that.
Yeah.
Just FaceTime. You pick it up. That's not Jerry Jones.
That also would be like really funny too to see.
Yeah.
Just like them picking up FaceTime and then they record the phone too, and you just like see the FaceTime call instead.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, what if somebody has an Android?
That is the problem with it. And that
well, they can use like Snapchat. You could FaceTime on Snapchat.
Yeah.
You could use Skype, Zoom. That would just not have the same aura at all, though. Like being on the phone and instead you're on like a FaceTime call. I just don't think the aura would be there, Josh. I think that's the main problem.
Sure.
Yeah, dude, this actually is real. That is real. It doesn't solve it, but
you'd be able to tell.
AI
isn't that good yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's kind of. I'm gonna pull up our lads. Pull up these depth charts. We're gonna focus kind of on because it's just the more fun thing to do with these running back receivers, tight ends. Pick a team, any team.
Chicago Bears.
Other than us and the Bears.
Chicago Bears.
I mean, did you guys take? Who do you? I mean, other like Burden. Burden's not even like we know he's gonna play. There aren't really any examples in Chicago. None of these are like.
Guy. He's third string now.
Do you like him? Do you know anything about him?
I do. He's fucking explosive as shit, dude.
Do you think that he potentially overtakes DeAndre Swift or Roschon Johnson or something?
Like that? No, I think he's going to stay as running back 3.
Well, then it's not an answer. Like
maybe Ozzie low-key. There's a rumor going around right now that Darnell Wright might play left tackle this year, and Ozzie Trapilo is going to be right tackle.
You don't like Braxton Jones?
Braxton, I don't mind him. A lot of dude, every single person out there has like a heavy opinion on Braxton. They either love him or they hate him. Like, that's just how it is. But I've seen a lot of people who want him gone and a lot of people who are like, yeah, he deserves to be on this line.
All right.
Which I'm fine with him. I'm fine with Braxton Jones.
Yeah, I'm just going to do it like this. We're just going to go let's see. Does Buffalo have one? It's interesting. Hayden Prather from Maryland, I guess. Nothing really.
Yeah.
Miami. They took Ollie Gordon. That was the most Dolphins pick ever. Was them taking Ollie Gordon. You think he'll get some playing time?
Damn, maybe. I mean,
he was damn good a couple years back.
H-Hand's not going anywhere. Maybe. And they did get Alexander Madison too.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit. I mean, he's just got to beat out Madison, and then he's good.
Maybe. Well, let's look at the defense too. Why not? I feel bad for ignoring the defense. I mean, it's Kenneth Grant getting over there. It's going to be interesting. Miami's a very interesting team as a whole.
Miami's weird. What? If you had to say right now, what do you think your prediction is for fucking Miami?
Mid.
I don't even think, dude. I think they might be worse than mid, bro.
Yeah. I don't like them very much right now.
And what's going on with Tyreek Hill?
Yeah, that'll be a huge question.
Dude, every single day there's been like hardcore proof of him like doing crazy shit and nothing's come out of it.
Yeah, it is a very weird situation with him.
And he doesn't want to be in Miami either. He said it himself that he wanted to leave. I don't know. Miami's fucking weird, bro.
Very weird. New England. They're an interesting team next year as well. What do we think about them? First of all, Travion Henderson and Ramondre Stevenson is a backfield. Interesting, to say the least. What do we think about Kyle Williams coming in there?
Fine.
I like Kyle Williams.
It's fine. Holy shit, dude. Stephon Diggs, Mac Hollins. That's so interesting, bro.
I like Kyle Williams. I like Demario Douglas. And Diggs isn't bad. Kendrick Bourne isn't bad. That's an interesting wide receiver room. Because I really like Demario Pop Douglas. He's one of my sleepers this year when we get to fantasy season. I'll tell you that. Keep an eye on him.
But no, I think this Patriots team has a shot to be like actually. I think that they have a shot to slip into the wild card this year.
I mean, yeah. Look at the. I mean, Milton Williams, Spillane, Carlton Davis, bringing all those guys in. Harold Landry as well.
They had so much fucking money to spend, dude.
Yeah, and they spent it, and they also brought in obviously Mike Vrabel as well.
Yeah. I mean, Stephon Diggs, as long as he can stay healthy, bro, he's a great wide receiver one to have. Yeah. And Mac Hollins is not a bad target either. This just doesn't feel like the Patriot way. This feels almost different than the Patriot way.
Well, it's not. I mean, it's a totally different regime.
Yeah, no, this feels, but still, it feels weird because this is not the Patriot way to do it.
No.
This is how to win the NFL. This is how to do it, but it's not the Patriot way.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, they should be fun.
How about these guys? Huh. Oh, boy. Well, what's interesting about them is Garrett Wilson's a dog. He's so good. He's so good.
Yeah.
Breece Hall can be all right. If Braylon Allen takes a step up, you got 3 first-round picks on this offensive line. And you have 3 first-round picks and a second on the offensive line. Vera Tucker has panned out. Fashanu, we didn't get to see much of last year. And then they spent the first-round pick on Membu this year. If Justin Fields is mid, then like they got some. Are you work? I'm live right now. Hold on.
Oh, Josh, my Shayla.
All right, you keep going. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go upstairs. I'm moving upstairs.
Okay. Yo, what's up, guys?
Talk about the Jets.
I am. What's up, guys? The Jets look really cool. Dude, who the fuck cares about the Jets? Let me screen share, guys. Ready? I got this.
Here, I'll move on to a different team that you can talk about. We'll save the AFC North. You can move on to Houston.
Okay.
There you go.
I think that my favorite piece on the Houston Texans. Which game? Dude, which one do I play? Curveball. This is like my favorite game. You guys totally used to play this shit too. Don't even lie. Wayfair fucking ad? Are you kidding me? Hold on. Right. Bro, I'm actually a demon at this game. I've never played with the sound on before. Bang. Super cool with that. Bang. Let's go. Accuracy bonus. Down. Corner. I got to get the super curve. What the fuck, dude? Yes. But you see it levels up and it gets harder every single time.
Nice play this game.
Let's go. Next level. Josh, I'm going until I die.
Okay. Then we'll move on to.
Okay.
Then in that case, we will move on to the Ravens next once you're done.
Okay. Bang. There we go. But dude, it could be a minute because I'm actually hitting this game. Is it lagging bad on stream?
A little bit.
But that's okay. Bang. Look at that. Money. Accuracy bonus.
Now it's lagging.
I wish I had an actual mouse instead of a mouse pad. Like the more on here. I don't know. What do you think would be easier for this game?
I don't know.
Oh shit, it's lagging so on my screen. These are the fucking ads, bro. Bang. Let's go. 2 more. Well, actually, I still have all lives, bro. I'm actually so good. Oh, fucking give me a curve. Oh my god. All right, Josh, I'm about to clean up over there. Bye-bye. You see that? Top right shelf like Bedard, dude. That was ridiculous. Oh, now it's getting way quicker. I might be cooked there. Oh, how the fuck did you get that? Oh, I'm cooked. Oh! Hit me. Hey, what? No way he hit me. Okay. That was bad. I gotta lock in. How the fuck does he hit that back to me? Bro, so locked. I'm so locked right now. Oh my god. JB, you saw that. That was Himmy.
That was good.
Yeah. I'm locked.
This is taking longer than I expected.
Well, yeah, because you didn't realize that I'm a demon at this game. Look at that. Bro, and I'm only halfway through right now. I still have 4 lives left. Oh, let's go. Oh my gosh. This is the best score I've ever had. That was easy. Okay. I gotta stay dialed. Fuck. You see how quick it is now?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, that was just cool that I somehow lived through that.
Oh.
It's coming to a close.
Oh. All right. The Baltimore Ravens.
Guys, you got to say I did pretty fucking good.
That was a solid performance.
I did pretty good.
That was a very solid performance. You know what I'm noticing here? A lot more blue than the first 4 teams we went over. Meaning, not a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Same thing on defense. Everything on the number 1 is blue except for your first round pick. Everything else, backup, depth, extra pieces. Just a lot of just more of the same. It's a run it back here for the Ravens, which is what it should be. I mean, it's not like they had very many holes. They've upgraded at wide receiver 3 with DeAndre Hopkins. they have replaced their left guard with Andrew Voorhees, who was technically the original left guard going into last year. And then defensively, it is just pretty much the same unit, except you're adding Malachi Starks in there to let Kyle Hamilton do whatever the hell he wants.
Yeah, dude. You guys are just fucking set, bro.
Yep, just run it back. Let's talk about the Bungles, which you will see a whole lot of blue on offense because there weren't much to change, but on the defense, there's a lot of blue for a pretty bad unit last year.
A whole lot of blue. I was getting ready to be like shocked, Josh, but then it was just.
I didn't realize that how little they'd actually done.
A lot of the same. It's just a lot of the same.
This unit doesn't scare me very much at all.
No, they are not a good defensive unit. But the one thing that you have to be scared of is that their offense can run too.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah, their offense can run straight with you, so it's not too big of a problem for them.
Yeah.
But it is at the same time.
Let's talk about the Brownies. Quinshon Judkins, RB1.
Judkins, bro.
I mean, Judkins is their guy now.
He's a stud, dude.
That'll be very interesting to see him and Jerome Ford.
Mm-hmm.
They also have Dylan Sampson, who isn't bad either.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not going to be good, but it's going to be interesting. Defensively, Mason Graham, man. Mason Graham, Myles Garrett, Malik Collins.
That's terrifying. That's terrifying. Who's scarier, bro? That right there or the Jets? Yeah.
That defensive front. Well,
what about in 3 years?
Next year.
What
you know what I realized the other day?
Huh.
That if Joe is starting, he's going to get to come to Baltimore, which he has not done.
That's crazy.
We played against him when he was on the Jets, but it was at MetLife. He has not come back to Baltimore.
You would show so much love to him, dude. They would show so much love to him.
They will. Absolutely. And he deserves it. Love that man.
What if he went in and beat you guys in Baltimore?
That would fucking suck.
That would.
But... oh my God, it'd be terrible.
But would it be just a little bit cooler because it was Flacco?
No. Actually, it'd be worse.
Okay.
If Justin Fields beats Caleb Williams.
Yeah, that would suck cock.
Right.
Why?
There's no part of you like, oh, but it's good for him. No.
Kind of low key, I could see it, Josh. He'll be so happy that Flacco's in town, dude. When he first goes out there on that opening drive, you guys are going to give him a standing O on the field, and we might do the same with.
Well, Joe did a little bit more for us than Justin Fields did for you.
Yeah. We're going to do the same thing when Aaron Rodgers
kind of won us a Super Bowl.
No, when Aaron Rodgers comes to Soldier Field, if he signs with the Steelers, if it's real or the Steelers are fucked, if he does, he'll get a very nice and warm welcome back to Soldier
I'm sure.
Field.
I am
a very warm welcome.
By the way, if he doesn't, how much of a chance does Will Howard have to start some games next year?
Actually, a decent chance, dude. I could totally see them running like Mason Rudolph the first half of the year and then throw Will Howard out there.
Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren is the running back room. Yo.
Caleb Johnson's pretty good.
This is part of what I like. Why I like doing this is that you don't really get the chance to really look at these teams that much. When you just like, hey, what are they actually? Who's on their team? This Steelers offense, man. You tell me. Look at this offense. You tell me what you see.
Left pocket.
Yeah.
Besides, the wide receiver core is good.
Yeah.
But that's like.
Whew, I haven't really looked at it. This isn't great. Now, this is
beautiful.
Jesus Christ.
It's just beautiful, Josh.
Wow.
That's all it really is.
Yeah, this is stacked. Bro, I had a Jack Sawyer. I was not recording. I wasn't doing anything. I let out an audible and loud no when the Steelers drafted Jack Sawyer. I was literally sitting there. I was sitting there actually in the middle of editing a video. Just literally sitting down near like one of like the metal things. and the Steelers pick is being announced, and I'm just editing, and I just go, no! As the Steelers draft Jack Sawyer, and people are like, what just happened?
Jack Sawyer seems like a perfect Pittsburgh Steeler, dude.
Yeah, because the Ravens and Steelers are the same culture.
Yeah. That seems like the one place where Jack Sawyer's like,
yep.
He fits. He fits.
Perfectly.
Imagine him and TJ Watt together out there, bro.
Hey, they also got, don't sleep on Alex Highsmith or Nick Herbig. They got 4 really good edge rushers.
Oh, yeah.
And then their defensive line, Cam Hayward, Keanu Benton, and now they have Derek Harmon in there, who reminds a lot of people of Cameron Hayward. Great. Fantastic.
You got a lot of rough. You got, besides the Bengals, I mean, that's 2 rough pass rushes in a row, Josh. 2 teams.
The Bengals got Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, true.
No, yeah. I mean, having to face Myles Garrett and TJ Watt twice a year each. Oh, and Trey Hendrickson twice a year. Not fun.
No.
It's AFC North football, man.
Yeah, that's the way she blows, man.
AFC North football. Let's look at the South. Friday, we can do this for the NFC.
I won't be here Friday, remember?
Monday, we can do it for the NFC.
Okay. Monday with Joshua Block.
Houston is going to be very interesting this year, too. Because,
bro,
they took so many chances with this offensive line, and what's going to happen is either the Texans are going to be geniuses or idiots, because they let go of everybody, and they are just putting faith in their young guys.
Yeah.
Well, it's a second-round pick at right guard and a second-round pick at right tackle from the last couple of years. I would say there's a chance that a second-round pick in his second year takes a leap. I'd say there's a chance that a second-round pick in his third year at guard takes a leap. I think there's a chance that this center, who hasn't been completely terrible, who's entering his third year, takes a leap. Cam Robinson's okay. Titus Howard isn't bad. If Jarrett Patterson, Drew Scruggs, Blake Fisher all take a leap, and the Texans are geniuses for doing what they did to the offensive line. If they don't take a leap, then their offensive line is going to be worse than it was last year. So it really just depends on their development and how well they play. And if they play well, man, Nick Caserio and company is going to look real smart for doing what they did. Getting all that ammo for Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah.
Defensively, I mean, they got a great unit. We know that too. I mean, hell, Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson on the edge is ridiculous. Then you got Derek Stingley's one of the best corners in football. Kamari Lassiter had a really solid rookie year. Petrie's all right. They brought in CJ Gardner-Johnson. I forgot about that. Yeah, they got a good unit. I completely forgot they brought in CJ Gardner-Johnson. Houston. Indianapolis.
Dude, this fucking thing is pissing me off.
What?
You see, Josh, I'm an idiot and I chew on caps all the time.
Mm-hmm.
In this one, like this.
I do the same.
Dude, it's stuck and won't get off. And it's really pissing me off.
Oof. Yeah, I don't understand why people care so much.
It was kind of weird. It was a weird moment.
Yeah, but like, do we need a whole statement about it? Like,
I don't know. It's just because, like, dude, she's
his agent.
So she's his agent and his girlfriend.
Pretty much.
Okay.
She's very clearly his agent. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. There's a lot. She is a lot. Like, she's not just his girlfriend. Like, she's a very significant role in UNC.
Yeah. It's just really interesting, dude.
It is. I don't know what a statement does. Like, it's more of, if I were them, I would have just ignored it. I don't know why. I think a lot of the time people make mistakes. This is a general statement. I think a lot of people make mistakes by like acknowledging something like that. Just ignore it. Ignore the noise. We don't need to know. And eventually, what's going to happen? People are going to forget about it. The guy, I'll tell you, the master then is Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Dave Chappelle has mastered the art of doing something, people getting pissed off about it, disappearing for a long period of time, and just popping up again, and everyone forgot.
Yep.
Dave Chappelle is awesome. I love Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Did you see people are very mad at me for this one of the stream interviews I did. I was doing the stump me thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the last question was exactly how many rushing yards did the Packers have last year? And it was like these group of like high school girls. And they were like, I said like around 2,200. And they're like, nope, you're wrong. It's 2,500. They said it in a way that was like, they didn't know. They completely didn't know.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, put it above your head right now. And actually, what's funny is when I stopped recording and I looked up in front of them, the answer was 2,496. So they were actually right. And it was insane. It was a crazy moment. Yeah. And I posted it, and everyone thinks that like I was, because they're women, I did not expect them to know the answer. Because I say you have to know the answer. I say it all the time, but usually I don't put it in the video of me saying you have to know the answer. I just did that time. Whenever it was like whenever someone asked me a specific question like that, I always like, you have to know the answer. And half the time they're like, yeah, okay, cool. Then I'll think of something else. And half the time they're like, okay, and they kind of just like stand there awkwardly. But they were like, no, we know it, which they didn't. But they said it in a way that was like sarcasm, and it was funny. It was a cool moment. But everyone's like, oh, you're just sexist. No, they first of all didn't know the answer. Yeah. Second of all, I said it to everybody. But it's very, very, very interesting. There's a huge amount of people in my comments that are like I'm very condescending. Wow. That was the takeaway you got there?
Dude, you did one small thing and people just go crazy.
I was very surprised by it. Yeah. Very surprised by it, but whatever. I mean, I always tell the internet is the internet. It's always the getting offended on behalf of other people is always the thing that annoys me the most. More than anything else in the world is when people get offended on behalf of other people. It was the same thing when I made that Tampa joke where it was right after the hurricane. Mm-hmm. And it was like, well, we're going to be the second craziest thing to hit Tampa in the last couple months. And people were like, and you know what was funny? People from Florida thought it was hilarious. People from California like, you suck. How dare you?
Josh,
and I made a video. I was very clear in my video. And I said, all right, listen, if you are from Florida and you are directly impacted by this disaster and you were offended, to you, I apologize. If you have nothing to do with this incident and you are offended, then I have nothing to say to you.
You just say, no, you do have something to say to you. Grow the fuck up.
Yeah, basically. It's like you learn how to take a joke. If you are offended on behalf of them, I am not apologizing to you. This apology.
Josh, I'm offended by everything you're saying right now. I am.
Yeah. No, I'm not arguing with you. I'm more of just like talking.
Yeah. The other worst people that are like pissing me off a ton right now is I saw a TikTok about it, and I'm literally gonna steal his TikTok word for word right now because it was the funniest thing ever. And it's these people like, oh my God, we went out here and we waited an hour and 30 minutes for this chicken sandwich, and it took forever. Why the fuck are you doing that? No one's forcing you to fucking do this. It's just like the best way that he said it is, I love humans and I hate people. And I'm not very I have empathy, but I don't what's the word? It sounds like empathy and it's sympathize.
Sympathize.
I don't have any sympathy. I can't say that word. I don't know why. But
sympathy?
I have none. I have none for people. It's bad. It's really bad. I try and be as nice as I can, but sometimes it's just hard. It's hard. Sometimes it is. Like when I see like Karen's complaining about like waiting in the store, it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Fucking pisses me off so much. And the other people that have been pissing me off a lot. I have a lot of just small things that piss me off. And this is why I'm such a big fan of Seinfeld and Curb Your Enthusiasm, because that's literally like the basis of both of those shows. People who are rude to service workers are literally the worst people ever. The worst, dude. Like there was nothing worse when I worked at the grocery store in high school and everything, when a rude person would come up. Yeah. Or just somebody would be an asshole. Or to even like a fast food worker, anything, dude. Be nice. They're people too.
Yeah.
And the last one. The last one, and then I'm done with my rant about things I hate. People who apply for jobs to be parking enforcement.
Oh my God.
You could pick any other job in the world. You could pick any other job.
The parking people, and this is my grandfather here. I don't think there's anyone on the planet that my grandfather hates more than the people in charge of parking at M&T Bank Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
He hates those people. And you know why? Because they suck. And something that my grandfather says, and I agree with, and this is the one like counter argument is, if you suck at your job, like I got no, like, come on, like I'm trying that thing with the service workers. I agree, and it's not hard to be a nice person. I'm not gonna be mean to you, but if you suck at your job, like, come on, like, I don't like that.
You see, but I'm not talking about the people who like park the cars and everything. I'm talking about the people who drive around and give out parking tickets.
Oh.
That's what I'm talking about.
That must
because here's the thing, Josh. Yeah, it's horrible. And nobody should apply for them, and it shouldn't be a position in this world. It shouldn't be. It shouldn't be enforced.
You're just saying you should be allowed to park wherever you want?
Oh, yeah. One time I had a guy, he was so mad at me because I got a ticket I was at a meter at ISU down here. There's a lot of meters here, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was late to my car by 10 minutes after the meter expired. And there's a ticket sitting on my fucking car. I tried to appeal it. Nothing happened. 2 days later, I parked in the same spot. And as I'm coming, the parking guy, he's like going down the cars. And he's taking pictures of the plates and putting tickets on the cars, right? So what I do is when I pull out of my parking spot, I backed up all the way to him and I said, "You almost fucking got me." And then I just I sped off and this guy was pissed. It was not very nice of me, but it was really funny too. You see, but any other job, I've said it multiple times, any other job I respect. I don't respect anybody who works for a parking thing like this that enforces parking. I have no respect for you at all. You could be a cop. I love you. You could be what's like a brutal job, like just a job that people hate, that people do.
Like a job that like people don't want to have?
No. That like people hate you for doing it. There's really not a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything.
I think I have more respect for drug dealers than I do for people who work in parking enforcement. That's actually real. I think I actually have more respect for them. Like it's brutal. That's another big pet peeve of mine is 2-lane highways and semi trucks, dude. The United States, we need to build together 2 separate highways, one for semi trucks, one for regular cars. That's what we need to do. And it would be perfect. Everybody would be in heaven. Oh yeah, and Josh, this is also real too. Did you know this? Like
what?
That this is real?
What?
Back in the day, Mayor Daley, Chicago needed money, and they needed it quick, right? They needed a loan. They need stuff to be financed. So they hit up Saudi Arabia. They said, "Yo, you give us a lot of money right now. We will give you all the money from parking meters in Chicago for the next 100 years." And they said yes immediately in a heartbeat. And now they make all the money. Every single time you use a meter, every single time you use a meter in Chicago, they make all the money for the next 100 years. The city doesn't see a fucking dollar. And let's say it's a slow parking week. There's a median. There's a median number of money that they get each week. So sometimes it even pulls from the pot if not a lot of people are coming to Chicago that weekend.
Huh.
And that's to make sure, what's it called? That's the way to make sure that we pay every single week is by having the median number, because then we'd be like, okay, fuck you guys. Hey, nobody pay for meters at all. When you come here, don't pay for any meters. That's the way they make sure they still get the money. And this is 100% real. You can look it up yourself.
I mean, I believe you. That'd be a really weird thing to make up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No. And Ian's right. This is real. Yeah. They got their money back in 8 years.
Wow.
And now the city of Chicago still owes them for the next 92. No. 80 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we'll be long and dead before Chicago sees $1 from a parking meter.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's a good way to end it.
You find out new things every day, right?
You do. This is why you tune into Burns and Berman.
You do. And this was a random rant episode, but it was perfect. And that's always the best.
We'll be back on Monday.
We are.
Same time, same place.
Yep. And you guys better join for some fun. And it will be lit.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for joining. We'll go through the NFC on Monday. We appreciate you guys.
And the AFC South and West as well.
Yes,
See
sir.
you guys.
Goodbye, everyone.